Hello and welcome to the Mastery Transcript Consortium Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct it to a specific school, or you can just open it up to all of the institutions here. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/mastery. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Dixie Technical College.
All right, sorry, everybody, welcome. I apologize for that. I'm just pulling up my screen really quick. My name is Garen Mead. I am with Dixie Technical College, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about who we are as a technical college. Most people are familiar with trade type of schools. And that's what we are considered, a vocational or a trade school. We're located in St. George, Utah, which is in the very southern part of Utah. So at the very bottom tip of the corner of Utah, where it gets really nice and hot, very dry heat. So with Dixie Technical College, as a certificate type of school, we focus specifically on hands-on learning and really practical skills. So when you are thinking of a vocational or a technical college, they focus on a specific skill set that the community has deemed is in demand for the area which in you live. So for instance, in St. George, Utah, we have 25 different certificate programs, and those are only offered because of the community where we're at. They say, hey, we need these skills in our community. So the college builds that curriculum and those programs based on what the community needs. So because of that, demand tends to be really high, which means when demand is high, pay goes up pretty significantly. So I wanted to just give you a brief overview of just running you through the website so you get a little familiar with how to navigate through. So the website is dixietech.edu, and there's a bunch of different ways that you can go through this. I know most of you are probably not in Utah, and so you're probably thinking, hey, can I see the campus? You can actually. As you scroll down, there's a tour campus button there. When you go on that, there is an option to click on this virtual campus tour. It's about 20 minutes where it just takes you through the campus so you can see all of the programs. You can see how the college is set up and structured. So that might be something really helpful to just take advantage of as you're looking at, hey, would I want to go there? Now, as far as what do you guys offer? When you click on this programs button, it shows you all of the different programs. Now, these are all certificates. Most of these programs are a year or less. The whole point is to train you specifically on what you care to learn, and then that's all that they teach you. So one of the benefits of a technical or trade school is they don't offer any general classes. So there's no English or history or math or science. A lot of those generals that you take maybe in high school and maybe some of those at a university. At a trade school, you don't take those. You might look at something and say, hey, I love welding. My grandpa welds, my dad welds. That's all I want to do. Great. There's programs out there for you where that's all that they will teach you. So there's one benefit to take into account. The other is at a trade school. They focus just on that class. So because you don't take anything extra that you don't need, the cost for those programs are a lot cheaper. So just to give you an example, if you were to click on a program, it will navigate you through and just give you information on the program. Every single one of them will have a program details tab where if you click on that, it just opens another tab and it just shows you all of the courses that are part of the program, and then it'll let you know the cost of the program. So they don't do a cost by semester, they do a cost by the entire program. So welding, for example, is a year-long program. So just to give you that idea, it just gives you the cost of the entire program. Then each one will have a checklist, so it will show you everything that's required to get into that particular program. So all programs will be structured very similar to where you will see what kind of testing requirements are needed. Education verification is just proof that you have a high school diploma or a GED, or if you're a current high school student, you just upload your current high school transcript, and it doesn't need to be an official transcript. So take an opportunity to just scroll through, look at the website, and just get familiar with tech education. Good option for you if you're thinking, I want to do that, get a good career, and then continue on going to a university, getting a degree, then it's a great option for you. So if you have any questions, go ahead and enter those in the chat. I'll be happy to answer, but thanks for your time. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much. That's a great reminder, participants, to use the Q&A function if you have questions for any of our institutions here during these presentations. Up next, we have St. Olaf College.
Hello, good evening. All right, I'm also going to do a quick screen share. Give me one moment. Yes, oh goodness, I gotta get back to the top here. There we go. Hi, welcome. My name is Katie Howard. I use she, her pronouns. I graduated from St. Olaf myself, class of 2022, so I'm 1 year out of school at this point, but ready, here's the, John or Hank Green crash course version. We are located in Northfield, Minnesota, so we're about 45 minutes south of Minneapolis and St. Paul. We were founded by Lutheran and Norwegian immigrants, and those are two values that we continue to hold on to, some things that make us unique. We are a private liberal arts college. We're a school of about 3,000. We're one of 2 liberal arts colleges in town. I love to talk about community. What does it mean to be a little bit outside the suburbs? We're definitely in, the cornfields a little bit. But it is a trusting and loving Midwestern town. Again, we are a residential campus, so this means that most students are going to live on campus for all 4. You're likely going to live on campus and have a meal plan for all 4 years. And I have to say, one of the greatest benefits is that, first of all, Minnesota winter is never too bad, but it also means everything's about a 5-minute walk away. We are not a commuter college, meaning that if you choose to go home for a weekend, you are missing things that are happening on campus. This is a photo from one of our co-curricular fairs. Basically, 200 student organizations and tables are out on the quad, and you go row by row by row and sign up for artistic things, whether that's theater and improv, club sports, if that's ultimate frisbee or volleyball or soccer or broom ball, signing up for service and volunteer opportunities, or finding communities through identity and faith. And once again, this is a picture of our community. I should mention this is a photo from a reunion weekend, so the average age of our students is a little bit younger than this, but yes, just kind of emphasizing our residential community. I do want to do a quick deep dive into academics. So a little bit different than a technical college, liberal arts is a great way to explore different options. If you have no idea what you want to study and kind of want that time to explore, time to study abroad, complete internship opportunities and research opportunities, liberal arts could be an awesome option for you. Being a smaller campus and a smaller community, we've got really small class sizes. Professors know you by name. You are not going to be in a lecture hall of 200 in this type of environment. We also have wonderful academic support here too. I would say we follow a 4-1-4 calendar that's a little bit unique. So if you've ever heard of a J term or a January term, this means you're going to have normal first and second semesters and then a 4-week-long class or some sort of experience in the middle. And again, that can be study abroad, that can be a research or internship opportunity, that could be shadowing opportunities, whatever you make of it. Yes, I was about to say we have a phenomenal study abroad program. This is, I think, pre-pandemic, right around 75% of students would study abroad. But you can do year-long, semester-long, or January term courses. A lot of them are faculty-led, meaning that you are going with other St. Olaf students, led by a St. Olaf professor, and we have awesome scholarships available, which all students are able to apply for throughout their process too. All right, again, the quick highlights. Fine arts are definitely something we are well known for. We are nationally accredited in theater, art, dance, and music, forgive me, meaning we've got art school and conservatory level degree paths, while also getting a liberal arts education. So as a chemistry major, you can be in a really high quality ensemble and go on free domestic tours and international tours every 3 to 4 years. But music especially has a really huge presence on campus. All right, I think I got 3 more slides with me. Athletics, we compete Division III. We are part of the MIAC, the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. I will say our Division III standard is really strong. Our women's cross country team had the highest preseason ranking in program history and held it there for 4 weeks. They were ranked 9th among all Division III programs across the US. Our men's soccer team has competed in the Sweet 16 2 years in a row, and we're hoping for a three-peat. But a majority of our students are going to participate in club and intramural sports. And again, this can look like anything from inner tube water polo to figure skating and more. Yeah. All right, my last 2 things, a little bit about finances. I know whenever you say a private education, that can be a little bit intimidating for folks, but something we do really, really well is we meet 100% of a family's demonstrated financial need. So we require 2 financial aid documents. That would be the CSS profile and the FAFSA. They tell us, what is your family able to pay for a college education? And in turn, we will respond and say, okay, you're able to pay maybe 10 grand a year. We will supplement the other 59,000. So as you can see, our average financial aid package is really high. Around 70% of students will receive some sort of need-based aid. Around 70% of students receive some sort of merit scholarship, and many, many students and families receive both. Here's just another emphasis about what need-based aid looks like and what it could be for you and your family. And I think I'm going to end on this last slide, which is our wonderful financial team. If I could say anything about St. Olaf, it is, again, our intentional community. It is the fact that we want to get to know you as a human being and as a person, not just as a student, not just as what you can contribute to our school. So it is not about getting you in and getting you out. It is about learning who you are, what motivates you, and how we can support you throughout the process. And this is our wonderful team that reads applications. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Up next, we have Bucknell University.
All right, so you should be able to see the Bucknell screen. Hi, everybody. My name is Jill Medina. I'm the Senior Associate Dean of Admissions at Bucknell University. I'm really delighted to be here. Bucknell University is a small, undergraduate-focused university grounded in the liberal arts, but we have 2 pre-professional colleges. We have College of Engineering offering 8 majors, Freeman College of Management, which is our business school, and we are highly ranked in those pre-professional areas, despite the fact that we don't award advanced degrees in those areas. All told, Bucknell has over 3,700 students studying across all 3 divisions. We do have a ratio of 65% of our students in the College of Arts and Sciences, and about 19% in the Freeman College of Management, and the remainder, roughly 20%, in the College of Engineering. In College of Arts and Sciences, students have the ability to declare a major sometime within the first 2 years of their program. However, in the College of Engineering and the Freeman College of Management, majors are usually declared within the first semester to 1 year. The College of Engineering doesn't have engineering students. We have engineers, problem solving and hands-on learning from day one, which is one of the hallmarks of a Bucknell education. That hallmark is consistent across all three of the colleges. It just has such a significant impact when you think about engineering or management. When students apply to Bucknell using either the common application or the coalition application, they need to indicate to which college they're applying. You must be admitted to the Freeman College of Management or Engineering during that period because you cannot transfer into that college. However, because the College of Arts and Sciences is larger, you can transfer from management and engineering into arts and sciences. As I mentioned, our 3,700 students study across all three of the colleges. We have a ratio of 9 students to every faculty member and 0 graduate students. I did mention in the beginning of my presentation that we are undergraduate focused. That means our students have unfettered access to terminally degreed professors across the curriculum. We do have 33 graduate students on campus, but none of them are teaching in the curriculum. There are certain majors that really do highlight a Bucknell education. We are one of the few institutions to offer an undergraduate degree in animal behavior. We do have 4 types of primates, and you are able to work with them if you are in the animal behavior area. The most recent class that graduated let us know what they're doing after graduation. And we know this because better than 93% of them responded to a senior survey. I know you're shocked, 97% response rate to a survey. It's almost unheard of. But that just tells you that students are really invested in what they're doing and they want to share with us what they're doing afterward. 99% of this group responded that they will have a successful landing within 9 months of graduation. That means they're either going to work, going to graduate school, they're continuing their education in some other way. They are working in committed volunteer opportunities like Teach for America, Peace Corps, or they're pursuing some sort of fellowship, which could be paid research that you could be part of as well during your experience. We accept the common application or the coalition application, as I mentioned, and we really want you to highlight who you are in the application. You'll see at the top that I have a mention of standardized test scores. We're in the middle of a pilot program that started in 2019 that allows you to decide if you want standardized testing to be part of your application. So you can choose, yes, you'd like it to be part of the application, or no. So you don't even have to take standardized tests if you want to. The only way we would ask for any standardized testing is if you choose to enroll at Bucknell. Then we would like to see how you did in that environment. And don't worry though, we won't change any decisions when it comes to your disability. I did want to highlight, because, well, if we admit you, we're not going to change our mind just because we get scores. I do want to highlight a couple of other things that I don't necessarily have a slide about. Bucknell is located in central Pennsylvania, Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We have 27 Division I varsity sports, and between 40 and 50% of our students study overseas. We have 2 rounds of early decision, regular decision. We have merit-based scholarships and also need-based financial aid. The one thing that's different about Bucknell's merit scholarship process is that we do have a self-nomination process for the bulk of our scholarships. So students need to initiate that process. We have performance scholarships for students in fine and performing arts, and you would upload a portfolio and take part in an audition process. The other scholarships will have specific criteria. And if you meet that criteria, then you should fill out the merit scholarships as well, because our students have some combination of need-based or merit-based financial aid. I do believe I have about a minute and a half left, and I will leave that for questions at the end and turn it over to our next presenter.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We do have some questions in the Q&A, so our presenters will get to that as they are able to. And you feel free, participants, put more questions in that Q&A if you do have them come up during these presentations. Up next, we have University of Colorado Boulder.
Hi, everyone. I will just share my screen. right. So, welcome to Boulder. I'm going to go over a little bit of some of the special opportunities we have here at the University of Colorado, a bit of overview about the university in general, and if time permits, a few application details. One second. I'm not sure I am. Hang on one second. I don't think I am in presenter mode right now. Sorry.
I do see it full screen.
Yeah. It didn't change though for you, did it?
No, it didn't.
Okay, sorry, one second. I'm sorry.
It's all right. If you need more time, we can go on to the next presenter, or you can just share with what you have. That's fine too.
If there's any way we could move on and come back to me, that would be wonderful.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. All right, so up next we will have Williams Baptist University, and then we'll come back to University of Colorado Boulder right after that. All right, so we can take it away, Williams Baptist University.
Hey, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna share my screen and walk through our view book. Once I get that up and going. All right, so can you see this? How's it going?
Yep, looks good.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is Nolan Williams. I'm an admissions counselor here at Williams Baptist University. I'm also a student. So super cool experience for me today. So well, I'm excited to be here. We are a private Christian university, 4-year university, which is a little bit different than the technical college that we heard about before. We're in Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, so middle of nowhere, a bunch of cornfields. So if you've ever driven to like Memphis, Tennessee, you've probably driven right by us. We're in Northeast Arkansas. So we have over 25 different degrees. So I'm gonna scroll to this next page here. So our top 4 are biology, business administration, education, and psychology. And then we have a whole bunch in between. I'm a dual major, English and history. So I prefer those. But we have a little bit of everything to fit whatever your needs are. And then we'll also have several other options like dentistry, pre-med, criminal justice, music, and things like that. And you can see all of those on this first page. So we're going to skip over these next couple of pages and we'll circle back. But I'm going to go to student life here. Oh, passed it up. There we go. Okay, so we have several different student life activities that you can get involved in. We are a smaller school. We have about 600 students. It's a 14-to-1 professor to student ratio, but we keep you busy. So we have student government, different social clubs, which is like the Christian school version of sororities and fraternities. We have bingo nights all the time. So those are a lot of fun. I know my freshman year, we had big prize bingo. So we gave away a TV and a mini fridge and things like that. Amazon gift cards. We also have a 5K glow run walk. So that's a ton of fun. International donut pancakes and so much more. So during finals, we'll all go over to the caf and they'll set up a whole bunch of different pancakes. We'll have different events. It's just a fun time. So I know that's like the biggest worry. You're in a cornfield in the middle of Northeast Arkansas. What is there to do? They keep you very busy. Speaking as a student, we are constantly doing things. And so I was just going to drop in, give a little bit about student life. And now I'm going to scroll back up to our athletics. So we do have 19 varsity sports. So we have baseball, basketball, volleyball, cross country, track and field, swimming, cheer, and a couple others. So students come to WBU because there is a sense of belonging. It's one big community. There's a ton of different ways that you can get plugged in with either athletics or different things going on campus. You can see over there to the left is the performing arts as well. So again, like I said before, we have about 600 students on campus, and it's a 14-to-1 professor to student ratio. And just what that means is that you're not just a number. You can interact with your professors. In a classroom, you're not having to scream across an auditorium. Most of my classes sit right around 20 people. My biggest class that I've ever had was 30, and that was an overloaded class. And then when you get into your upperclassmen classes, then it'll probably be closer to around 6 or 8. So super tight-knit community, and you actually get to know your professors. We have open door policy, so you can go in. You don't have to set that up by appointment. You can just walk straight into your professor's office, grab coffee with them, get to know them, different things like that. Super cool. By far the biggest reason why I came to Williams. So I know what you're thinking. That sounds amazing. So how much do y'all cost? So our tuition is sitting around $9,800. I'm not sure if I have a slide for that. Yeah, so I'll just go to scholarships. Tuition is $9,800. Then we have a couple of different fees. Student service fee, technology fee, dorm activity fee, new student orientation fee. That's about a $1,500, and then room and board, which is $4,670 for this upcoming year. So all of that in total is $15,555 a semester. So you're looking right around $30,000 a year. And with that, you're thinking that's a lot of money. How am I going to pay for this? So right in front of you is the scholarships. So it's all based off of ACT. We do not require an ACT for admittance, but we do look to it to offer scholarships. So you don't have to apply for these. They're open until 2 days before move-in. And so you can apply 2 days before move-in and still apply for these scholarships. You're automatically applied to them. And you can also increase your academic scholarship. So you can retake the ACT and SAT all the way up until the last test that is offered before school starts. So I believe that's in July. So you can take it all the way up until July and you can raise that academic scholarship. We also offer other scholarships like alumni scholarships. I don't know how many of y'all are in Arkansas or have even heard about Williams. So that might not be one that would fit y'all as well. And then we also have church matching scholarships, ministry dependent scholarships, and a ton of different other ones. We accept federal aid like the Pell Grant, work studies, student loans, and the Arkansas Challenge. So if you are in Arkansas, then you can apply the Arkansas Challenge to that as well. And so you might still be thinking, that sounds amazing. I'm not sure if that will work for me. It's just too much. So at WBU, we do have a works program. So I'm gonna scroll up to this tab. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, so it's Williams Works. So students who are accepted into the program work 16 hours per week, and that pays for your tuition or the cost of your education. So that leaves about $5,000 a semester up to you to cover through outside scholarships or up to a quarter of your academic. So Williams Works is something that I was involved with for a long time, and then I recently got hired on as a part-time admissions counselor. It has really cut down the costs of my education, as well as giving me real experience coming into the workforce. I believe I'm at my 6 minutes, so I will put it back over to Boulder, but it was great getting to talk to y'all. I had an amazing time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll go back to University of Colorado Boulder now.
Yep. Thank you, Nolan, for jumping in there. I figured out, I think, what I did. Okay. Okay, can you see my next slide?
Yes, perfect.
So the University of Colorado is nestled in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. We have been named the #1 college town in the US several years in a row lately. And even though we're home to about 29,000 students, we still maintain an 18-to-1 student faculty ratio among across 8 colleges, schools, and programs. And we have over 500 clubs and organizations to join. So while we're a large school, we have all the resources for you to enjoy while ensuring that you can find your cozy niche here on campus as well. So we are a major innovator in the country. Big ideas are born and shared here on campus. We welcome faculty projects that push the boundaries as well as those of students. Some of our opportunities include the New Venture Challenge competition. We have global entrepreneurs in residence. We have a place called the Idea Forge where you can try out new concepts. We have a Silicon Flatiron startup program, and we actually have an area on campus called the Blow Things Up Lab. So, as I said, one of the most amazing things about CU Boulder is Boulder itself. This is kind of a picture of our quaint downtown area called Pearl Street. So Boulder has been called the #1 happiest city in the nation, the #1 healthiest city in the nation, the smartest city in America, the #1 metro area for US female entrepreneurs. And this is one of the top 10 best places for tech opportunities after college. So we have 8 distinctive colleges. Half of our students will find their home in the College of Arts and Sciences with over 50 majors. We also have engineering and applied science, which we're quite well known for nationally, and we're in the top 10 for aerospace engineering in the country. Our lead school of business is a top 20 public business program with a lot of international opportunities and a creative curriculum and mentorship program. We have the School of Education, where you can learn leadership as well as get your teacher licensure. The College of Media, Communication, and Information, we call it CMCI, is an interdisciplinary major with options to study in DC. We have a College of Music that offers instruction in jazz and classical. We have a program in environmental design, which focuses on sustainability, and that's where you're going to find majors such as product design, landscape architecture, and architecture, and exploratory studies. If you have an interest in all of these colleges and you don't know which one to pick, you can start your career like about a quarter of our students do in exploratory studies, the undeclared open option. We have 3 different types of residential opportunities here on campus. A lot of students join our RAPs, which enables you to live with other students who are studying something similar to you. In a RAP, you have a dedicated classroom embedded in your dorm, so you can just roll out of bed and go to one of your classes with your dorm mates. We also have living and learning communities where students can join based on cultural lifestyle similarities or traditional halls. As I said, Boulder is really a true paradise for those who are interested in the arts, the sciences, and the great outdoors. So within about 10 blocks, you can head to Chautauqua Park for world-class climbing and trails. You can go rowing on the Boulder Reservoir. In 45 minutes, you can be at our local ski hill, El Dorado Mountain. You can ski in the morning, come back for classes in the afternoon, or bike all over on our extensive paths. There's something for everyone here at CU Boulder. As the flagship University of Colorado, we welcome all, and everyone can find their home here. So if you are creative, you can get involved in our performing arts spaces. We have an art museum on campus. There's performing arts in town, lots of galleries, and spaces to display your works here on campus. If you are interested in a global experience, we have over 400 study abroad opportunities in more than 60 countries, and we have something for every single major on campus, either short-term or long-term overseas experience. Of course, if you're a naturalist, our oldest club here on campus is the hiking club, unsurprisingly, and you can just head out in a group or on your own to get some soak-ups of some of our 300 days of sunshine. We also have a lot of tutoring support especially for first years. It's completely free. There's folks on campus that will help you from the planning stage to the revision stage of any piece of writing that you might be working on. We have a Pride office located in our Center for Inclusion and Social Change. And we have a CU Lead Alliance for students who are traditionally underrepresented in every single one of our 8 colleges, schools, and programs. So a couple things if I've piqued your interest and you'd like to apply. Our 2 deadlines for admission are November 15th and January 15th. And if you'd like to come visit us in Boulder, you can check out our various visit experiences for prospective and admitted students. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our presenters here this evening for sharing more about your institutions. We have a few minutes for some Q&A, so I'll ask that everyone come back on the screen now and we will get started with that. So our first question for the evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you see so many students going through this process. What advice or little nuggets of wisdom do you have for our participants today? And we'll go in the same order, starting with Dixie Technical College.
I would say spend time visiting multiple schools. Figure out what your personality fits. You definitely don't want to see the campus for the first time when you're there and figure out you don't like it. So I would spend a lot of time doing research and visiting all of these different schools.
I was about to say, I think I will tag on to that. We are all humans. All of your admissions officers here are human beings. So if you, for example, I know that we are located all over the US, but please connect with us. You know, that means we get to know you better as we're reviewing applications. Additionally, hopefully, if you cannot make it to campus, we can try to give you some sort of visual if you can't get there in person.
I think my piece of advice would be to, if you haven't realized it yet, this is the equivalent to a part-time job. So that's an appropriate amount of time that you should think about spending on your college search. You have a lot of classes in junior and senior year. I realize that you have a lot going on, but you really do need to spend time figuring out what you want to do, guiding the process, and doing all the visits and visiting and reaching out to people. So that takes time.
Is it me or Boulder?
I know. I'll go. We'll do
Okay.
the original order. Sorry. I would say it could be useful to organize yourself in like a spreadsheet or a document, keeping track of various deadlines that the universities have. Sometimes a university will have like the preliminary deadline for the Common App, and then they might have a supplemental deadline, a deadline to confirm, or a deadline to apply for their institutional scholarships. So if you can get yourself organized like that, because I know that students apply to many colleges typically these days, that's going to really set you up for success.
Yeah, so I was right there 2 years ago looking at colleges. So this is all still really fresh for me. Biggest thing I would say, go visit everywhere, go talk to everywhere, call people, just talk, figure out what you want and what they offer. Everybody that is on the screen gets paid to talk about their school. They want to talk about it. They're going to give you as much information as they can. So any question that you have it's not a dumb question. Like it's their job to help you. So don't be scared of admissions counselors. Don't be scared of schools in general. Go out and learn as much as you can from everybody.
Absolutely. That's all great advice. And something that I've heard as well is just, if you're getting too stressed out with the process, it's seeming really overwhelming, you can't even make a decision or look at it anymore, step back, take a break. Unless you're like really getting close to like a final deadline, take a step back, take a weekend off, tell your parents you don't even want to talk about it, for a couple of days, and just take a break. Because at the end of the day, none of the decisions are the end of the world. You can change the college that you're going to, you can change your major, you can go back and get another degree if you want. Like, all of these decisions, while they seem like so important, and at some level they really are, don't let it completely stress you out and derail and make like your junior or senior year absolutely horrible, have fun with the process too. Talk to students that are at these colleges and have fun with the process, because you want to have fun on campus too. So don't get too stressed out. Easier said than done. We have just a couple more minutes left. So the last question, we'll do maybe brief 30 seconds. What's one thing you want your students to remember about your school before we end tonight?
Well, for Dixie Tech, no student loan debt, because the school receives so much funding from the state. Utah loves technical education and trade schools, and so they get a lot of funding. And so all of the students will graduate with no debt because there are so much grants available, and they won't charge you out of state tuition either. So it's a really small investment to have a big return.
Awesome. I'm going to take kind of a different angle and talk a little bit about our student body. We truly attract students from all walks of life. I think we had students apply from 49 of the 50 states last year. We've got students coming over from over like 70 different countries. So no matter what your interest is, no matter where your path is, we have somebody on campus who has a similar interest, who has a similar path that you do. And I think that it's really special to be in that small community and have someone with a similar path.
I would hope that you would remember that Bucknell is a place that offers you a lot of opportunities in class and out of class. Our small size and undergraduate focus gives you really the access to all the things that you need.
At CU Boulder, there's opportunity everywhere. There's opportunity in our programs. There's opportunity among the student body that you're getting to know. And there's opportunity in our incredible natural environment and the town of Boulder itself. So we hope that you consider it, and it's just a great little corner of the world to spend 4 years in.
Yeah, so I want to re-emphasize Williams Works. You're working 16 hours a week, and it completely covers the cost of your education. It's nothing else like I've ever seen. I know there's other works schools out there, but on top of that, like just the amazing community that you're involved with. I just wanted to throw that out there yet again, emphasize that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. If we did not get to your question, or I know a lot of parents have questions about the mastery transcript process and what that means for your student with the admissions process, reach out to these schools, reach out to the admissions office. You can really sit down. It's hard to cover all of that with just 6 minutes of information. So if you have questions about that mastery transcript process and what that looks like for, admissions and that side of things, please reach out to, any of these institutions that you've heard here today, and definitely talk to them about that and any questions you may have. They can definitely answer that in more depth than we have time to go over here today, but we really appreciate all of you being here and for letting us share more about these institutions. So again, thanks to the institutions and you for joining us. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening right after this one, our last one for the evening, coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings from tonight at strivescan.com/mastery. That's strivescan.com/mastery. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Best of luck on your college search process and have a great evening.